everyone, it's Sarah, the owner and maker behind Multifarious Nature. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you're a new viewer, welcome, and if you're a returning viewer, a big welcome back. If you do want to see more videos similar to this, make sure you do subscribe, and if you hit the bell, you'll be notified when new videos are posted. I try to post weekly if possible. Alright, so this week's shop update is just kind of the usual. I just want to reiterate that there are still a couple advents available if you are interested. They are the pre-orders for this year's advent, and they will be shipping the first week, either the last week of October, definitely the first week of November. So like November 1st, I'll be shipping them out. That way you will get them plenty of time for the December holiday season. But just if you're not familiar with advents, it's the yarn advent is 24 20-gram mini skeins and one 100-gram full-size skein of yarn. That's how my advent is that I dyed up. And they're all one-of-a-kind colorways that are dyed specifically for this advent. So each year, this is my second year doing it, there are different colors. So if you want that one, then you'll get it in November. If you do want, there's just a couple left, but if you do want the 2021 advent, that one actually is available to ship right now. So you could knit that one whenever you'd like, but that one I actually dyed up last year. And again, all one-of-a-kind colorways specifically for that advent. But I do always reserve the right that if I kind of want to recreate these colors, I can do so, but I don't record the colors, so I really can't. I would just be trying to copy the colors somehow, which I guarantee it won't look exactly like it since I didn't record the recipes for any of these. But I had so much fun dyeing them. Yeah, really, really excited. So anyway, I really want to knit with it. I do. I'm trying to fight the casting on with the advent. I have mine, so I always keep one for myself, and I have it stowed away here, and I'm keeping it tied up so it's closed and I can't look at it, because if I keep looking at it, I will want to cast it on into a project. And I guarantee I'm going to do that habitation throw. I'm saying it. I am committing it. I put it out into the universe. I'm going to do that habitation throw. Unless something crazy happens and I want to knit something else. But I've been wanting to knit that now since last year, and I really want to knit it now. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Pretty sure I'm going to do that. Okay, and then, oh, I totally forgot to grab that. Hold on, I'm just going over here and I'll be right back. I'm back, okay. Thank you for waiting. So I wanted to ask you guys, because I forgot to ask in the last video, which was so silly, I should have, because I had all of the colorways in my hand, but I wanted to pull up all of my colorways. This is from this Stranger Things inspired collection. So we have Rainbow Room, Nancy Wheeler, Vecna, which is amazing, neutral, and then the Upside Down. So these are inspired by season 4 of Stranger Things, and if you haven't watched it yet, you guys definitely should watch it. Oh my gosh. So good. So good. Very dark, but very good. I'd love to know which color is your favorite of this collection, because I'm just curiosity. So if you want to comment down below in the comments and just let me know what's your favorite color. So we have again, Rainbow Room, Nancy Wheeler, with Vecna, and then the Upside Down is this last one here. So give you a good look at them. You can also look at them on the website, and the links are always down below. And yeah, I would just love to know which one's your favorite. So I'll put that little poll out there. I'd love to hear from you guys, and yeah, for my own knowledge. And then we'll get into finished objects, because I have one. I have a finished object. Can you guess what it is? I'm wearing it. I'm so happy with this knit. Oh my gosh. It was so fast. I think this took me about a month to make. I knit on it pretty exclusively, to be honest. I have other projects going on, but I don't knit on them that much. So this one I really have knit on a lot to give you an idea of like timing, how long it will take you to make. But love it. So I did a size 3, And this is the Trillo tee. It is by Sashko Burgeon. And I used Knit Picks yarn in Alpaca Cloud. The colorway is Oscar. Look at this lace. I actually blocked it. I blocked it. I did not use like blocking wires or anything like that. I just laid it out, and I didn't even use my little blocking combs that I normally use for most of my knitting. It's very delicate, so I just let it do its thing. So I'm wearing it over a little dress. It's just a t-shirt dress that I'm wearing. But just to give you an idea, and actually was a really good idea to wear this dress because I tried this on with my jeans the other day. So I actually finished it yesterday. Before I blocked it, I tried it on with jeans, and you can't really see the lace around this area because the jeans are dark. So if you really want, so this is kind of a fun fact for you if you make one. If you want your lace to pop down here on the bottom, you really need to either wear something light underneath it, or I guess make it really cropped so your skin is underneath it. If you're doing a darker color. That's definitely exclusive to the dark color. But isn't it pretty? It has like kind of a floral lace motif to it. And it's just so feminine and pretty. And then there's a little lace detail on the sides of the sleeves. So I love how it turned out. And it's so comfortable. It's lightweight. It's Alpaca Cloud, so it's 100% baby alpaca. Which I have to say, I really like this. Really like this yarn. I haven't worn it a lot, so I can't give you any indication of durability, but I just love it. It's so soft and lightweight. I feel like it will be warm. It is pretty warm today. It's probably around 80 degrees outside. But we do have the AC on, and it's really comfortable to wear this. I'm not hot, but I haven't worn it outside. I literally just put it on for the video to show you guys. But I finished blocking it today. Like, it was wet yesterday and it finally dried today. So because it's lace weight, it dried relatively quickly as well. And then, yeah, really, really impressed with how this turned out. The lace was really easy. The sleeves were super easy. It's a bottom up, and I knit it just a little bit longer than the pattern called for. I mean, just a couple rows. It couldn't be more than 5 rows or so. And now I do have a shorter torso. To put that in perspective, many times I can wear petite like shirts, and they actually fit me, where dresses where others it might be too short. So I guess that gives you a little bit of an idea. But I mean, I did extend it still though, so I want to let you know that I did extend it. And this is like my hips. So when I wear jeans, it kind of usually falls here. I usually wear higher waisted jeans, so it's still relatively cropped. A relatively cropped shirt, but yeah, it's really turned out well, and it was so easy to knit because you have the fun little detail of the lace work, but then the rest is just beautiful stockinette, and then there's ribbing around the collar here, and I did do, she did not like specify how to cast off, like bind off, and I bound off, you're probably not be able to see it because of this, but I did, it's hard with dark colors to see details, but I did the German twisted. I know it's considered German twisted cast on, maybe it's German twisted bind off. So you use a needle and thread and in the yarn, and there's a bunch of tutorials out there, but that made it really nice finished edge, and yeah, I love it. I did just a long tail cast on, which is what it called for. This is a paid for pattern, so I don't want to give too much away, but I did just want to let you know that detail, that I just did my own thing for that bind off. And I think many other things, but it was really easy. I think it's very beginner friendly. Don't be intimidated by the lace detailing. There's not a lot, and it's so easy, you guys. It's so easy. It's literally like knit togethers, because it's in the round, so you don't have to do any purling together, I don't think. I think it's just like knit togethers, yarn overs, purls, knit, stitches. Really, really easy and intuitive, a lot of fun. You do have to pay attention, of course, to the lacework section, but really, really easy. And it's one of those things that lacework intimidates me a little bit. But what I found to help me, at least, I don't know if it'll help you, but when I do the lacework section, I actually use, she suggested it actually in her pattern too. I put markers, stitch markers on either side of the repeats so that I know when I'm in a repeat, and if I end up with extra stitches, I know something's wrong. Where if you don't do that, you could easily end up with extra stitches, but you find out later down the pattern when all of a sudden it really doesn't match up and you're like, oh gosh, what did I do? And with lace, it's not very forgiving. If you screw up lace, it'll have a hole in the wrong spot. So I'm speaking from experience. So now I definitely always do that. And I did it with this one, and there were a bunch of stitch markers around the bottom of my sweater for so many rows, but it was worth it because headache was not, it did not have a headache because of it. So, yeah. So that is that. Highly recommend it. Again, this is the Trillo Tee by Sachiko Burgeon, and I definitely have the link below. And the colorway is Oscar from the Knit Picks yarn, and I think you can still get it. I know Knit Picks does rotate their colors. I'm not an expert on Knit Picks. This was one of my first orders from Knit Picks when I got my square wooden needles from them, the interchangeables, which I love, by the way. That's what I used to knit this. I did get gauge with the recommended needle size, so that was awesome. And I did really like using the wooden needles with this alpaca cloud. I normally like using my chogus. I love my chogus. They're really nice interchangeables. They're an investment. Love them though. They're really good. But I don't think I had the size available when I was doing cast this on because I was in another project. So I actually cast it on with my square needles, the wooden ones, and they're slippery. They're still slick because they're coated, but it gives you just a little bit of, what am I looking for? The word. I don't know. It just gives it a little bit of texture. I guess it gives it a little texture. So when you're knitting, it slows it down a little bit, but not so much that you feel it slowing down with the knitting. It just doesn't cause your stitches to just slide right off the needle as easily. Well, they still will slide off, but not as easily because this is very slippery. Keep that in mind if you decide to work with alpaca. It's very silky and soft, and it will slide right off your needles. Yeah. Speaking of which, I'm going to talk about that in my next project. So now we'll get to the works in progress, and the first one is the Rain or Shine Shawl by Stephen West. Love this shawl. I haven't knit on it a lot though because I'm knitting with alpaca and not lace weight little alpaca like this. I am knitting with my alpaca Surrey alpaca base, which is wonderful, but it does feel like you're wearing a blanket of alpaca, and alpaca is wonderfully insulating. So when it's like 90 degrees outside, I don't want to knit on this project. But I love this project. It's so much fun. It's so relaxing. It is, in my mind, like working on the habitation throw, which I haven't worked on the habitation throw, but this is what I would expect it to be like because it's so nice and relaxing, and once you kind of understand the pattern, you really just kind of glance at it. You don't have to look at it all the time. So here I am with the Rain or Shine shawl by Stephen West, and these are using my colorways. So this is Tropical Alpaca. You can see it. Well, it's not on here right now. I've got two other ones. I'm holding it double. So this is Tropical and a white color from a different brand. It's not mine. And then I'm holding Tropical and Aurora together for this section, a one of a kind and Aurora, and then this section is a one-of-a-kind and raspberry. This is raspberry and that white color. And yeah, it's creating such a beautiful kind of fade gradient. And it's so soft, you guys. Oh my gosh, it's so soft. Now that it's cool in here because we have the AC on, so it's so nice and cozy. Oh, and then I always like to mention my progress keepers because I love supporting other small businesses. And this is While They Play is the designer that made these. It is like epoxy, like a resin with little dried flowers in it, and there's also little gold leaf in it. It's so pretty, so pretty. So I have that as my progress keeper. So as you can see, I literally only do maybe two stripe sections each week, but it goes quickly. Like that's usually doing maybe an hour or two of knitting on this. So yeah, it's a lot of fun, but this project I think is going to take me a little longer than others just because there are days I can't knit on it because it's just so hot and I just don't want to. And the bigger it gets, the more I'm not going to want to knit on it if it's really hot outside. But I love the look of it. I love how it's turning out. It's kind of neutral, and yet it has this really neat pop of this tropical color and aurora. And it's interesting because they're all such different colors, but the tropical to aurora and then to this neutral one-of-a-kind, it creates this beautiful gradient. I'm loving it. I just love it so much. And I do have those colorways in the shop currently, but they are on different bases. I took all my Surrey bases that I had tied up in it, and yeah, if I don't use the second skein of them because I have not wound the second skein, I will put it back in the shop for purchase. But at the moment, I'm still holding them hostage. So this is how much I have. I'm not sure exactly how far I am. Like a little over a quarter of the way through the shawl, I would say. Stephen West shawls are huge though, so. But show you the colors again. So this is raspberry. Love this colorway so much. It's just beautiful. I'm a huge raspberry, red, burgundy, wine fan. The colors, I love it. And that's on 100% BFL lace weight. And then this one is that one-of-a-kind neutral color on the Surrey alpaca base. And then this is Aurora. This is super fun color. It's a variegated that I have in the shop, but I just love how the Surrey makes it so, I just want to say atmospheric. I don't think that's the right word to use, but it does. And then this is tropical, another variegated, really fun color. I would love to make something in tropical, like make a little tank top or something in it. I think that would be super fun. Just giving you ideas because it is in the shop. Like I said, I'm holding the second skein of this hostage in the Surrey, but I do have it in my like merino nylon blends in the shop currently, if you guys want. And I think I have my merino nylon Stellina base in there too, so that one has some sparkle. Good stuff. All right, so that is again the Rain or Shine shawl, and loving it. I'm so grateful that I've been enjoying a lot of these projects that I start. You do sometimes get ones that you start and you just go, ugh, this is a slog and I'm not going to make it any further and I'm just going to rip back. But so far I've been so enjoying it. This one I so enjoyed so much. I am now knitting a second pair. So this is the Mayal socks by Fox and Fig Designs, and I'm pretty sure she's out of Michigan. Pretty sure. And I am using my colorways in Pumpkin, which is a super fun burnt orange color. I love it. It's such a fall color. And then this is Landscape. This is a limited run colorway. So once it's gone, it's gone. But I love this color. I really wish I had recorded the recipe, honestly, because I really like it a lot. There's light blues in here, darker blue speckling. There's yellow speckling. There's some brown speckling. And it is just beautiful. It is such a pretty color. And I kind of kick myself that I did not record this recipe, but it's so pretty. And I really just wanted to have a fun, limited run color. And it is a fun limited run color, but now I just want to, I wish I had the recipe for it. I love it. It's one of my favorites. This is, like I said, this is the second pair of socks I've actually made with my landscape colorway. It's the exact same pair too. I made, the other pair I made was with my landscape colorway, my L sock again, but I did it with dusk as the heel and toe. This time though I'm doing pumpkin because I just think that is so fun and it looks like fall and I just love it. Super fun. And this is just using, leftover yarn that I have in my stash because I've used them on other projects. So I have like just enough probably to make the heels, toes, and cuffs with this. And then this one I had about half a skein left of 100 gram skein. So that just goes to show you can make 2 pairs of socks out of 100 gram skein. So keep that in mind if you're wondering about socks. But yeah, if you are looking for a really fun, interesting sock that has a lot going on, but isn't complicated, it just looks complicated, I highly recommend this pattern. It has so much fun detailing on the little heels and down the side of the sock, and of course the top of the sock has this really fun, almost honeycomb look to it. It's so nice. Yeah, you need to pay attention to your patterning. You do when you're looking at the pattern, you do have to pay attention to it. But you kind of get a feel for it. So like once you know what you're doing, you can go across the row and you don't have to keep looking at it. You just need to look at it for like every couple rows, sort of, to keep track of what you're up to. But I can't say enough nice things about this pattern. It is very rare that I do a pattern more than once. I think I can honestly say, after knitting now for, I think it's been like almost 2 years. Maybe it's been almost 2 years. I don't know. It's all a blur, guys. The past couple years were all blur. I know you all understand. But I think I have only knit 2 patterns twice. I'm still working on this one, my L sock, and the other one I just did was the Ripple Bralette by Jessie Maed Designs. Love that pattern. Love it. I'm actually debating doing another one already. It was so fun. It's really easy. I think I made one in like a week, but I knit on it a lot. Again, like exclusively. But that just goes to show there are some patterns out there. If you can make it multiple times, there's something to be said about that. So the male sock, highly recommend. And I purchased it and it came with multiple patterns. It's this one and then the long solid colored version. So you got 2 patterns as well. So I haven't even knit the other one yet. I've just been so addicted to the shorties. I really should knit the taller pair, but I'm addicted to the small ones. I can't help it. And of course, I cast on a new project because I cast off a project, so I have to cast on one. I can't just apparently finish all the projects that I have in progress. I need to cast on a new one. And it's in this bag, which is absolutely adorable. So my mother-in-law gave me this, and it's so cute. It's just beautiful. For one, it's got these really pretty flowers all over it. And I want to say those are a type of lily. I'm not the best with flowers, you guys, but I just love the colors. It's so pretty. And it's like a quilted bag, and there's all these pockets on the inside. So, I mean, it might be like a purse, but I'm totally using it as a project bag. It's perfect for a project bag. And it has this really massive, amazing button on the front with a loop closure. So I just love it. And so I have my new project in it, and I'll show you. So I cast on, like I said, new project is the Outline Tank by Jessie Maed Designs. So Jessie Maed, like I said, I try different I try to do designs from different designers, but there are a few that I keep going back to. Andrea Mowry's one of them. Love her patterns. And apparently Jessie made designs, because it's the second one now that I've done from her. And I just started it though. And this is, again, the outline tank. And I am doing this with my colorway Stormy Skies, which is a really pretty, so this, if you're not familiar with this tank, you probably are, because I'm late to the game usually. This one is, this is what it looks like. So it has drop stitches down the sides, down the front, and down the back middle area. And I'm going to do, this is very cropped, I'm going to make it a little bit longer. My goal is just to use one skein though. Now the pattern calls for one skein, so we'll see how long it is. If it hits at the top of my pants, that's okay, because I'm really planning on probably wearing this just around the house and stuff. But yeah, I just don't want it like super cropped. It's not my thing. But anyway, yeah. So obviously you can see it was in a solid color. You want to be able to see the cool drop stitches. I think it adds a really neat dimension to it. So that, when I looked at all my colorways, that's what I thought about. And here's a colorway I have not knit with and I've wanted to knit with. This is one of my first colorways. I have a few that are like the first ones I've dyed up, and it's called Stormy Skies, and it is a really dark gray with like bluish gray areas. It's technically probably a variegated, sort of, but it definitely reads more as a tonal. This is going to have some amazing sheen going on because this is a 50-50 blend. So this is 50% superwash merino, 50% silk. So that's why it has this absolutely beautiful shine to it. And it has, oh my gosh, it's such a pretty color. And I wanted to knit with it for the longest time, but I just didn't have the project in mind for it. And then I saw this tank, and I was like, I could do it with that. So you can see here, now that I've got it knit up, there is like a tonality to it. Technically, it's kind of variegated because you've got like a bluish gray and then like brownish gray kind of thing going on, your warmer gray and cool gray playing together here, and it kind of pools a little bit, or it doesn't really pool, it just, you know what I mean, it causes this like visual texture going on, a tonality. So I want to call it a tonal, but technically it's probably more of a variegated. I feel like this one is kind of in a weird gray area because it just, I don't know. I just love it. It probably doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what it is, if it's variegated or not. But because it reads very solid, I think when I do the drop stitches, they'll be visible. It's definitely darker than my skin by quite a bit, so I think that'll then show those drop stitches, and it will have this really cool look to it. I'm very excited about it. I think it's going to be awesome. And it's just very nice to knit with. It's super silky because there's silk in it, and it's got the merino in there too, and merino is super soft, and so that combination is wonderful. This is a paid for pattern. You can see the beautiful stitch work on the bottom here is very similar to the Ripple Bralette, and then now I'm going to stockinette for a while, basically until I start doing the shaping for the chest area. So my understanding is you do it like this, and then there'll be a point where I'm going to have to drop a stitch and let it drop all the way down, and I'm slightly terrified about that. I know how to pick up drop stitches, but it's still like, that would be a lot of drop stitches because the distance between the bottom and the top is quite a bit. I don't know. Makes me a little nervous. Just like steeking. I've not steeked before. I've dropped stitches, but I've not steeked. And I don't know if I will ever steek. I guess never say never. I do like to challenge myself, but yeah. Oof. Drop stitches though. Oh, and then I have some new acquisitions here, and I might as well show you while I'm at it. How cute is this? Okay, now this was an investment. They are, you may be familiar with her. She's a new to me Progress Keeper designer. You do have to pre-order her items. So I purchased this probably a little over a month ago. But, and I don't think they're available anymore because she literally just makes, like, enough for pre-orders. I'm pretty sure. You can check her website, though. It's Hello Lavender is the designer. And look how cute that Progress Keeper is. Is that not adorable? I normally can fight the urge to buy Progress Keepers. Mostly. I say that because I purchased quite a few recently. But I usually can fight the urge. But they're usually pretty inexpensive. Hers, however, are an investment piece. They are not cheap for a Progress Keeper. They are not cheap. But they do come in a set. You know, like this came with a few others. So this is another one that was in the set. It's a little lemon slice. How cute is that? So cute. And just the detailing that she puts into this. I looked at a lot of her Progress Keepers and they're beautiful. They're very pretty. But this one I just really wanted to have. It's so summery and fun. And I love fruit. I love oranges and grapefruit and lime and lemon. Oh, I just had to have it. So I invested in it. And I also have a couple more from her. This really comes in nice packaging too. But here's the other two slices. So there's like an, oops, I got it twisted. There's like a lime slice and an orange slice. And you can pick the type of charm top that you want. So I did the lobster clasp for these because that's usually my go-to. But her other, these were actually earrings that she had for sale as well. And these little teardrops. And this is part of her, I think, no waste collection. I think that's what it's called. And so it used like basically scraps from her other collection and then made something else with it. So pretty. So this one was, I think, like the garden. I really should have wrote down what these are called, but I think it was like her European garden or something. So there's like rose gold bits in it, and yeah, it's very pretty. But I noticed something. Okay, so I actually bought these not as to wear as earrings, but to use as stitch markers because they have these little spring backs to them, and you can totally just slide that on your needles, and you can also use it as a Progress Keeper. I could wear these as earrings, however, I tried the other day, and there's a pretty decent gauge to this earring back, and my ears are pierced. They have been pierced since, I think, 5th grade. That's a while. I'm 36. You guys do the math. It's a while. So I could wear earrings, but the earrings I tend to wear are very fine gauge. So the holes are definitely closed up to fit small wires. So I tried to put these in, and yeah, that didn't happen. But that's okay. It's totally fine because I love to use these as stitch markers. So those were my little investment. They definitely were an investment. I spent a decent amount of money on these. So safe to say, I probably won't be purchasing any in the very near future. But I have to say, really, really like them. And they turned out amazing. And they're just so pretty. So I attached the little lemon one to my beginning of row marker. And then I have the one as a Progress Keeper, just to keep track of how far I am. But again, this is Stormy Skies colorway. It's so pretty. So pretty. Oh, and it's such a nice color. I feel like this is a color that would look good on a lot of people because it's kind of that amazing hybrid of a cool gray and a warm gray, and it just works. So I'm really excited to get this finished so I can show you guys what it looks like, because not only am I excited to wear it, because obviously it's getting hot out here in Michigan. However, at night it's in like the 50s. Go figure. Amazing for sleeping. We actually slept with some windows open. It was amazing. But anyway, loving it. So this, again, is Jessie Maed Designs. Oh, and I think I'm doing her medium size. Yeah, I'm doing her medium size. It's definitely worn with positive ease. but I don't want a lot of positive ease, so I'm hopeful that that will fit me okay and look good. We will see. And all in time. Normally I tend to do larges when it comes to a lot of different designers, but you really have to look at the sizing because their patterns are graded according to how much ease they want in the pattern. So I went with the mediums, so it would have a little less ease. We will see. Hopefully it's not going to be like too tight. Ooh, we will find out. But yeah, I just love this color. It's just so pretty. And I've been wanting to knit with it for so long. I mean, like I said, this was one of my first colors that I've dyed up. And that was in, gosh, like a year ago, year and a half ago. Crazy. So I finally am knitting with it. Stormy Skies. I do have it in the shop. If you are interested, hop on over to the website. Yes. So my stash, I did talk about my stash acquisition. I talked about the markers. Yeah. So excited. Okay, so life update. Exciting news. So I've been kind of hinting that something big has been going on. And how I was so excited that I finally finished dyeing up the Advent. And here's why. So we are in the process. I say in the process because we're supposed to close tomorrow. So after like 2 years of looking for homes and actually putting in offers on multiple homes, we found one. We found the house, and I'm very excited about it. It's stressful. It's been stressful. This is my first time buying a house, so I'm a little excited about it, mostly. But also, it's like, it's an investment. Especially if you guys have been looking at the market these days. It's a huge investment. But it's exciting. Now, bear in mind, we currently live in a house. We are not renting, we currently live in a house. So we have to also sell our house. We have not sold it yet. We haven't listed it yet. So that will be coming up soon. So that's a little stressful because, you know, buying one is stressful enough, but then we need to sell the existing. So, because we don't want two mortgages, basically. I mean, we don't need to have to pay for taxes and everything on 2 homes. That seems rough. We really don't want to do that. So, yeah, we definitely need to do that. So, you know, that's what's going on right now. So, if there's weeks, I'm gonna give you guys a heads up because I would always like to give you a heads up. But if there are like a week or 2 that go by and I'm not on here, it's probably because we're moving, and I will let you know. I mean, my goal is to let you know when that will approximately be occurring, so that way you guys won't be, you know, like, oh, I didn't have a video. Not like it's the end of the world if I don't put one up, but I always enjoy checking in with you guys, and as someone who watches other podcasters, I always enjoy seeing their videos each week, and so if they miss a week, I miss them. I miss them because I look forward to watching their videos. Like Andrea Mowry, I love her videos. She is just seems to be, I've never met her. It just seems to be the most wonderful personality and kind person. So I so enjoy her videos, her spin it to knit it. So, or not spin it to knit it. That's one of her. She does like spin-alongs, but no, it's I'll knit if I want to. That's what hers is called. So if you haven't checked out Andrea Mowry's podcast, I highly recommend her podcast. Volan Vine's another one I really enjoy, and she posts usually about weekly. She puts one up. So these are people that do put videos up weekly, and I do so enjoy their videos. So when they do miss like a video or something, you know, I don't always catch them on time, so it might not be a big deal if it's just like every other week or something. But I miss their videos, so I do want to give you guys a heads up, so I'm not just like incognito, but yeah. I try to post weekly. I really do. I fail at it sometimes, but I do try to. Anyway, this video is going really long. Sorry about that. I'm just rambling now. But yes, we did buy a house. So in the next month or so, we will go through the process of moving and listing our current house. So like this whole thing is going to be crazy. Whirlwind. So that's why I was so excited that I dyed up the Advents, because trying to dye while I'm trying to pack everything is not going to be fun. And not that I obviously won't have time to dye after we move, but that's a whole new house. It's in the country. We currently live kind of in the country, but we have city, water, and sewer where we currently live. We will be moving to the country where we have well water, we have septic. So it's like a whole new world. It's a whole new world. So like learning when I dye, I actually have to readjust probably my acid levels based on how much acid I will need and things like that. So it'll be a learning curve. And so the fact that I won't have to be on top of trying to move in and everything, trying to dye up Advents, I'm so grateful. I still have other things for the Advent that I need to do, like making all the little bags and everything. But the big part of dyeing is done, which is a huge relief, I never want you guys to worry. I am very committed to getting things done. You know, barring something crazy happening, you will get your Advents when I say. So I'm an extremely structured person, like big planner. So yeah, I was kind of plugging and chugging at it prior to buying this house. So because just in case, I'm a big just in case person. So just in case, it's dyed up. So we're good. But yes, I will share all, even more news about everything as it unfolds. But yes, we finally found one. But it's been so stressful. But I'm really excited. It's gonna be so nice. It's out in the country. It's quiet and peaceful, and I think it's gonna be amazing. I'll have a garden. Like I have a little garden right now, you guys, and I really want to make more of a garden with vegetables and everything, and I'll be able to do that now. Yeah, I don't want to get emotional about it, but I'm really, really excited. It's such a blessing. It really is. So yeah, I'm not gonna get emotional about it. I'm just not. But I just wanted to say I'm just so excited, and I hope you guys are all doing well. I hope things are going well for you in your neck of the woods. I hope you're staying healthy and happy, and I hope you're creating. And I look forward to catching up with you soon. Have a great rest of your week. Take care. Bye.